Wifey wanted to get some stuff too. She went to Walmart. And I'm in this gaming section or whatever. And she's like, you haven't gotten your Xbox. You were thinking about getting the Xbox. And everywhere else is like buy online. And you should buy online, but when you're at the store, you're like, fuck, why not get it here? But you can't get it here. I understand why they don't carry it in stock as well. But I'm in that section, and she's like, well, they don't have that, but you know what they do got? They got the Nintendo Switch. And I'm like, yeah, but nah. And then she's like, I bet they got Final Fantasy on it. And I looked up Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy's on there. And I'm like, oh, shit. So, ended up getting a Nintendo Switch. So I will not be spending much of any money for quite some time. But I do think overall, like the investment, right? Maybe the Nintendo Switch is definitely a splurge. Like it's like I should, that could easily wait if I could figure out how to get the remote off a keyboard. I forgot how to. I think you slide it up. That was definitely a splurge, and I could have definitely waited. But getting 3 iPads for $600, like, that's a really good investment. And it's a lot of money to foot up front, and it's rare that I could just, be like, okay, let's go ahead and do this. But I thought about it. I didn't want to buy, extra iPads, but I also knew the investment would pay off. And I guess that's a good segue into talking about today and answering questions. Like, when you're doing, it's cool, that's really cool. I didn't think I'd like it as much as I do already, and I do like it. When you're talking about investment in time, investment in equipment, when you're doing your first kind of real investment in equipment, everything kind of feels like, should I actually be buying this? Or you feel the opposite. You want to buy everything within that hobby or within that, the field. But something happens after you've done it a couple times on two ways. One, you get more confident in what it is that you should or shouldn't buy, regardless of if you've been in the hobby or not. You realize that there is going to be some sort of learning growth, and you're going to actually waste a little bit of money probably buying not so good stuff, but you have enough of a pullback or a handle on the mental capacity of what it is you're trying to do, that you don't go off the hinges trying to get everything. Because you'll take that small amount of things that you did get, flip it, learn it, understand it, destroy it, mess it up, do what you need to, and then you move on and kind of buy the next kind of good thing and kind of grow and grow and grow from there. And for example, very simply, magic cards. Or camera gear, I bought a whole bunch of stuff, a lot of stuff I didn't need. That was my first kind of real investment in gear and building something that I thought that I, want to do and use, etc. Magic is probably a second or a third kind of investment now that I've kind of gone through the stages of things, but pretty much I was okay with dropping about $150 up front for Magic. And that seems like a lot in any circumstance, but realizing that you have to pay a little bit to get in there, but not overextending yourself or doing too much, it makes sense. I learned all the stuff I needed to know about magic, or at least for that, in that capacity. And then I was ready again. I was like, okay, time to drop another 150. So I dropped another 150 on cards, but I knew more of what I needed to get after that point. And you learn more and more and more. And I've probably dropped entirely, in total, probably about, I'd say about $600 on magic cards, which seems like a lot. It seems like, oh my God, it's a lot of money. But I realize the ROI of that. Now I also know where to stop. Like, I'm not going, now that I've satisfied a lot of what I actually need, there are plenty other things I could buy, but I need to use what I have and learn what I have, and literally twist it and push it to the max amount before continuing to put more money in. And if I put more money in, it's just understanding the investment. The same with these iPads. $150 for my kid to be able to learn with ease, to be able to play with ease, to be able to, my own self, approve and connect things. I know you've been on a busted, like a phone that just really doesn't work or goes really slow. Usually those are the phones that get passed down to the kids. And we've been dealing with that for a year, where it's the tablet or the phone or whatever. It takes you forever just to get something to work, and you're trying to do it for the kid, and you're like, this is horrible. To alleviate that ease and that time, and literally be able to be like, boop, 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 boop. Also being technology that we're on makes it cohesive. I don't know what else to say about it.